Good morning, everyone. I'm Liberty Chan, live in Pasadena. We have new information on an officer-involved shooting that left one man behind bars and the community asking questions. Details coming up.
Officer-involved shooting that left a 19-year-old dead last week in Pasadena. KTLA's Liberty Chan live outside where a community meeting is going to be held later on this morning, and there's some new information coming to light. Liberty?
Good morning, Chris. Yeah, the meeting's going to take place here at this church behind me in just about 3 hours, but I gotta say it feels a little bit eerie out here because that deadly shooting took place right over there, about 2 blocks down. It's so close that I can see the street where that man was shot dead. 19-year-old Kendrick McDade was shot and killed by police last Saturday in Pasadena. Officers were responding to what they believed was an armed robbery call that took place at a taco stand. Oscar Carrillo called 911, reporting that he had just been robbed at gunpoint by 2 young men who were asking him to buy them food. Now, when Carrillo refused, surveillance video caught the 2 men stealing a backpack and a laptop from Carrillo's car, and then they took off running. Well, Carrillo called 911, and the 2 officers who ended up responding fired multiple shots at McDade after they say he reached for his waistband and they feared for their life. Well, since then, Carrillo admitted to lying to police, saying he told the dispatcher that the 2 men each had a gun, even though they didn't. Now, in hopes of speeding up officers' response time. Now, Carrillo has since been arrested on charges of involuntary manslaughter. The 2 officers involved in the shooting, officers Jeffrey Newland and Matthew Griffin, are both on paid administrative leave. Now, that meeting is going to take place this morning at this Baptist church behind me. It's going to start at 9 o'clock. It is open to the public. That is the very latest from Pasadena. Let's send it back to you now in studio.
Liberty, thank you for the update. We'll, of course, be there today and have more for you tonight on the news at 6 o'clock.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Liberty Chan, live in Pasadena. We have new information on an officer-involved shooting that left a teenager dead. Details coming up.
We're getting new details right now on the officer-involved shooting that left a 19-year-old dead last week in Pasadena. KTLA's Liberty Chan is now live outside where a community meeting will be held later today. Good morning, Liberty.
Good morning, Wendy. Yeah, you know, the meeting's going to take place here at this church behind me in just a few hours, but just down the street, I got to say, it feels a little bit eerie out here because just down the street, 2 blocks away from here, is where that young man was shot dead. So close that I can actually see the street where he died. Now, the 19-year-old named Kendrick McDade was shot and killed by police last Saturday in Pasadena. Officers were responding to what they believed was an armed robbery call that took place at a taco stand. The man who was allegedly robbed, Oscar Carrillo, called 911 and told the dispatcher on the phone that the 2 men, which included McDade, each had a gun, when in fact they really didn't. Now, Carrillo has since admitted he lied to police in hopes of speeding up officers' response time. Police say when the 2 officers caught up to McDade, he put his hands down by his waist and they believed that he was reaching for a gun. So they opened fire, which ultimately ended up killing him. The 2 officers, Jeffrey Newland and Matthew Griffin, are now on a paid administrative leave. Meantime, Carrillo has been arrested on charges of involuntary manslaughter. Now, this morning, the Pasadena police chief will be here at the New Revelation Baptist Church for a community meeting to address the concerns and circumstances surrounding this fatal officer-involved shooting. Now, that will be open to the public, and the meeting starts at 9 o'clock. We also just learned that McDade's friends have just organized a car wash to raise money for his funeral. Now, that's going to take place at Eddie's Liquor in Azusa sometime later on today. We're going to have the information up on our website. Just go to KTLA.com. That is the very latest from Pasadena. Let's send it back to you now in studio.
As you mentioned, we also learned this morning.
Community members and police gathered together at this church in Pasadena to talk about an officer-involved shooting that left a 19-year-old dead. We'll talk about what happened behind those closed doors coming up. And 1 week after a 19-year-old man was shot and killed right here in Pasadena, police hold a meeting to talk about why they opened fire. We're going to have details for you coming up.
Talk to you in a few minutes. The shooting of an unarmed Pasadena teenager is drawing similarities tonight to the Trayvon Martin case in Florida and to the huge issue of racial profiling.
So this morning, concerned citizens asked Pasadena police how officers could shoot and kill Kendrick McDade. And as KTLA's Liberty Chan reports, the community, they want answers.
So
It was a packed house at the New Revelation Baptist Church in Pasadena this morning. Police Chief Philip Sanchez talked about what led up to the deadly shooting of 19-year-old Kendrick McDade, who was gunned down by 2 officers last Saturday night.
Fearing for his life, given the basic information of the call, the first volley of rounds were fired.
Minutes before police fired multiple shots at Kendrick, 911 dispatch received a call from a man named Oscar Carrillo, a man who reported he had just been robbed at a taco stand by 2 young men.
Both have a gun, man. They both. The gun and run away from me.
So both had a gun.
The 911 call was played at the meeting, and after that, Chief Sanchez talked about how Carrillo's story changed just days after the deadly shooting.
Mr. Carrillo recanted. He said that he had lied.
Carrillo says he lied to authorities in an effort to get a faster response. He has since been arrested on charges of involuntary manslaughter.
All I can do for the caller is pray for him, because he's going to have to deal with this. This murder is on his hands as well.
The 2 officers, Matthew Griffin and Jeffrey Newland, have been placed on paid administrative leave. Friends and family are now asking questions.
I think they could have went about it in a whole different way.
Shortly after Kendrick was gunned down, friends and family made this makeshift memorial here at the corner of Orange Grove and Sunset Avenue, right where he was shot and killed. Now family members tell us that they're hoping others will learn from this.
You get pulled over, throw your hands up, don't give them a reason to say that you're reaching for anything.
It's just mind-boggling, you just don't know what to do but pray.
In Pasadena, Liberty Chan, KTLA 5 News.